How many times do you text per day? Ask any college student how often they text, and many will tell you the numbers reach hundreds daily.
I'd say over 200 texts, maybe.
Close to 300, I want to say. It really depends on the day.
Probably upwards of the hundreds.
These are just a few students who use texting quite a lot, and texting is a major part of everyday life. But according to a recent study done at the University of Winnipeg, those who text often tend to be more shallow than those who don't.
You always see people kind of more focused on their phones than people in front of them.
Although texting is convenient and quick, it lessens social interaction a great deal, said researchers of the study Dr. Paul Trapnell and Dr. Lisa Sinclair. Student Mark Silverman agrees.
Personally talking to somebody and you texting somebody are two completely different things.
The study specifically says that young adults who send texts more than 100 times a day tend to be more interested in wealth and image than leading a moral life.
They're not focused on what's happening around them. They're more concerned with themselves and what they're doing on their devices.
The theory is that texting along with social media today encourages more rapid, shallow thought, even cultural and religious prejudice. However, sophomore Lana Zwader thinks the context of the text has more to do with it.
It really depends on what you're sending and who you're sending it to.
Student Jess Grip thinks the correlation between texting and shallow behavior does indeed exist.
I mean, I guess I could understand it just from the people that I know who text all the time. Yeah, so I guess I would kind of agree with that.
Today, close to 74% of all cell phone subscribers worldwide are active texters. Even though the study says that frequent texters are more shallow, don't be alarmed, this may not be the case for everyone. For Long Island Report, I'm Dilpreet Camp.